All right. Whew. All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the first live edition, guys, of Gaia Soars. Super excited to have you all join me this afternoon. This is a monumental week astrologically, guys. So I am here to, oh my gosh, my necklace is always crooked in these lives. All right, so I'm here to give you guys a brief update on how to survive the upcoming weekend. Okay, because we have a lot going on astrologically, a lot. And so I want to give you some, some hope really on how you're going to survive what's going on and what you're going to be feeling and what the ascension symptoms are going to be looking like, yada, yada, yada. Okay? So as of today, right? As of today, we have still 5 planets in retrograde, and we have an upcoming lunar eclipse. Jupiter is in Capricorn, and so is Saturn, so is Pluto. So we have all of these planets conjuncted right now in kind of nasty aspects, and they are also dealing with the moon being in a nasty aspect for the weekend, and we're having a lunar eclipse of like not pleasant. It's like an unpleasant lunar eclipse, and it's funny for me to say that. Like, I've been really quiet, guys, because I just don't even know what to say to people because it's so contentious out there. And so today the lives, the topic of the live is, it's all a glamour. Like, it's all a glamour. We are all being fooled. You think that you know, and you don't know. And the way that the media is telling people that they know, that ain't it either. And, you know, the only thing that you can honestly know right now is what's going on in your personal space, in your body, in your connection with spirit, and what's going on outside of that. Like, there's 2 different worlds at work right now, guys. We're in Gemini, so think about that. So Gemini is the twins, right? So think about it. Like, there's your personal world, and then there's the outer world. And we are all aware that the outer world is crazy, right? But that doesn't mean that your personal inner world has to also be crazy. And so you have the option and the opportunity to choose to mind your own business and make sure that your personal world is as awesome as it can possibly be. Why? Because you can only control this. Like, you can only control this space. And the more that you try to control other things and search for other things and go to the outside for information, the less that you're going to be able to really navigate these transits and what's going on. Because what's going on outside is not really what's going on. Like, there's like so much going on, it's hard to even know where to look. So, you know, you don't even want to look outside. You want to really just try to connect with source and with your spirit guides and with your own inner knowing to help you navigate these transits, because they are brutal at best. Like, brutal at best, you know? So I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted to bring up that we're all being fooled. Like, we're all being fooled. Things that you think are happening aren't happening, or if they are happening, they're not happening in the way you think they're happening, or if you think it's gonna work out a specific way, it's probably not gonna work out that way. You know, and these are all very general conversations, guys. Like, I'm not being specific about anything because, first and foremost, how can I be? That would mean that I, like, have some crazy, like, like I would be God. Like, I can't pinpoint what all of y'all are going through, but I can give you the generalities of it. So let's just do a breakdown of the ascension symptoms. Let's start there right now, okay? There is... I'm going to just see if I can get the comments to work on here, because for some reason I'm having trouble seeing the comments. So for right now, guys, what's going on in terms of ascension symptoms? All right, migraines, dizziness, not being able to sleep or sleeping way too much. You can be having supreme heart palpitations because there have been lots of heart activations happening lately. What else has been going on? Solar plexus activations. Throat chakra has been going for like weeks and weeks and weeks now. So some of you may just be coming into your throat chakra activations because you're not, like you had other things to deal with prior to this. So now you're just getting hit with it. So throat chakra activations, coughing, sneezing, heat. Are you sweating to death because it's super hot outside, but when your DNA is starting to upgrade, you will also sweat in an effort to push out the, unwanted stuff. So like, are you sweating? Are you hydrating? Like, you need to be super hydrating right now, guys, with the best quality type of water that you can get. If you can't get good water, boil your water and then infuse it with cucumber, lemon, and mint. Like, help yourselves out with this right now. What else would be super helpful? If you feel tired, just sleep. Like, stop fighting it. Don't, like, if you don't have something to do and you're like, oh, I feel lazy. Well, you need to sometimes honor your body, because the only thing that is of real relevance right now is like self-care. Like, you need to take extreme self-care of yourself and then deal with others. So this is like the airplane thing, put your mask on first so that you can breathe, and then you can help others. Like, that's where we're at. Okay. It's so weird to me that I'm unable to see you guys in chat, guys. I don't know why. It's so weird. If you guys can, if you can message me on, Messenger, I'm going to get on the chat line somewhere else on the other screen, because that's just odd. If you guys have any questions, please, let me know. But, what else was I going to say? Ascension symptoms. What other ascension symptoms? Oh, men or people who are holding masculine energy. Guys, you're going to feel angry. Like, I just want to let you know, like, there's a lot of, like, transient angers and fear. So you need to embrace your fear in these times with a quickness. Embrace your fear, deal with it, love on it, and clear it so that you can navigate through all of this, because fear is your biggest problem. And fear is being used to drive everyone into the sheep pen. Okay, so if you have a lot of fears, or if you're feeling really anxious, or if you're feeling really worried right now, you need to work on that. You need to work on that, and it's imperative. Something that I was listening to, the Leo King, David Palmer, he's a great astrologist, guys. If you can follow him, it would be beneficial to you. He was saying that right now, depression is going to be at an all-time high for the next 6 months. Now, those of you who've been listening to me for the last couple of months, you already know that I've been talking about mental health being a major issue in this country with COVID and with all of the other things that are going on. So now add that we are in this extremely restrictive energy of Capricorn in a retrograde, with a lunar eclipse happening with 0 nodes, so there's no cushion, there's no way for us to feel comforted in the process of that. And all of these things are coming to play on Saturday night, Sunday morning-ish, depending on what side of the planet you're on. Okay, and so this weekend, do not put your crystals out, guys. Don't put any of your crystals out. Anything that you care about, that you want to have good juju on, don't put it out. And the Leo King was even actually recommending that you don't even look at the lunar eclipse, because it will be seen in America. And I found that fascinating. I've never heard anybody say that. But the energy is not benevolent. Like, yes, I feel good personally, because in my personal space, I have been dealing with rest, self-care, and just dealing with my clients. Like, my hierarchy is this. I deal with myself, then I take care of my husband and my daughter, and then I deal with my clients, and then I deal with crafting, and then, like, all of that is the way that I operate first. Afterwards, then I go and deal with other people if I have excess. But right now, the energy is not so much like a feeling of excess. Like, I don't feel like that. So some people do. And that's great because, you know, there's different patterns for how light workers work. Some of us come on when some of us go down. You know what I mean? So, like, we blink on and off. Like, there's a whole pattern for how light workers will present themselves. Like, when some light workers get tired, then another light worker steps up and says more information. And then, you know, like, it's one of those things. So, anyway, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that there's different patterns going on about how you're able to, how you're able to work with the system. Okay, so Capricorn rules the system. So how well are you able to get documentation and paperwork and find your way into what you need? Like, are you able to navigate the unemployment lines? Are you able to, like, figure out how to get, you know, your SBA loan? Are you able to get funded for certain things in order to help you get forward? Like, how solid are your plans for the next 6 months? Because what's happening in the next 3 days is the pop-off point or the set point for the next 6 months. Mars will be in Aries from now until I think it's like February 2021. And don't quote me on that because I'm not actually looking, but it's 6 months though. It's 6 months. We still have Pluto that will be in retrograde till October. We have Jupiter that I do believe is going to retrograde until like the end of August. Like, so we have all of these different energies that are normally buffering us and making us feel better. Like, none of those energies are really in play right now, and so it makes the energy very difficult, and people are going to feel depressed. And so I want to urge you to seek help if you feel depressed or anxious or suicidal. Okay? Like, please don't kill yourself. You're supposed to make plans to get through this. You can get through it. You can. But you got to make plans, and you got to reach out for help, and you got to make sure you tell somebody you don't feel good. Okay? So please tell someone if you're not feeling good. Please reach out for help. Please sign up and invest in yourself so you can survive this. Please figure out ways to innovate so that you can take whatever business that you're in or whatever job that you may have and figure out how to take it online. The two things that are going to be crushing people coming up are your finances and your emotional state. So what are your emotional states related to your relationships? Is your relationship good at home? Is your relationship good with your partner? Or do you not have a partner and that's not working for you either? Like, what's going on in your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the outer world and your relationship with your job? Because that's what is all coming into play now with Capricorn, with Saturn, with Jupiter, and Pluto. Okay? Not to mention we have this Uranus 10th house, or Uranus in Taurus at the 10th degree. I just looked that up. That was crazy. It seems that every time Uranus comes into a specific degree like this, it tends to affect our weather patterns, right? And so I was like, okay, let me look it up. Well, you guys go Google that crap. Uranus in Taurus in the 10th degree. It's earthquakes, famine, tornadoes, fires, everything that we just had in the news in the last like 3 weeks. And I was like, whoa, really? This is why astrology is useful, guys, because it will help you predict your way out of a paper bag. And so there's a lot, like, this is not really one of those uplifting lives, guys. This is not one of those where I'm like Miss Super Cheerful Positivity. This is a very realistic live. Like, you need to be positively prepared to weather the worst because you don't know what it's gonna be, and nobody truly does. You can just be aware that things are not gonna be as great as you hoped they would be. And since 2020 is already a shit show, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to be realistic. Like, bro, how am I going to skate through the next 6 months of this crap? And you can't wait on other people to save you. Because if you do, I don't know how it's going to work out for you. But I don't think it'll be as great as you think. Like, You really, really need to look hard at your finances, at your job, at your place of living, how to make your home comfortable. I see travel being restricted. You know, the uptick in this virus, you know, I predicted that it would continue to do what it's doing, so I'm not shocked. You know, like, and then we also have these protests that's sparking all types of other stuff. Don't forget it's an election year. Like, there's a lot of tensions that are going to be impacting all of us. So, with that being said, I think that I am going to... I'm going to pull a card, guys. I'm going to pull a card for the collective and see. I'm going to pull a card from the Ancestors and Angels Oracle card deck. And I'm going to see, like, what is our guiding card for how to get through the next few days? Like, should you be out in public? Should you be at home? Should you be, you know, like, what should we do in the next couple of days to get us through this point? And of course, one of those things that you should definitely do is shadow work. Like, whatever is triggering you, you need to sit down and write it down and ask yourself, why is this triggering me? Why am I upset? Why am I crying? Why am I mad? What is it? Whatever it is, you need to figure that out. Because not figuring it out is leaving you open to being... I want to say attacked. The feeling of attack, you know what, guys? Let me just say this, because I'm getting this sensation and I should just share it with you. I'm not usually a person who says that entities or beings are attacking people. That's not ever the conversation that I tend to have. But I have to honestly say that I'm feeling like light workers are being attacked. And since I feel like light workers are being attacked, I feel that it's important to share that there's ways to protect yourself, light workers, and part of that is keeping your vibe high. And by not allowing yourself to shame people, the shaming. That's what it is. People are shaming each other for all types of things, and it doesn't make sense. Like, who are you to shame someone else for whether they wear a mask or they choose to not wear a mask, or like, why is that so important? Like, why are people so triggered about whether or not someone wears a mask or doesn't wear a mask? Like, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? I want you to ask yourself that. When you find yourself triggered or upset or feeling the need to explain yourself to someone about something that you're doing, who are you to judge and who are they to judge? And why don't you limit yourself from that? Like, why don't you let yourself go from that limiting experience of judging? Because when you judge someone else, you judge yourself. And you keep yourself in a box of unpleasantness that you don't need to be in. Like, you want to wear a mask? Cool. You don't want to wear a mask? Cool. You think COVID exists? Cool. You don't think COVID exists? Cool. Like, time will tell. What is the purpose of you arguing with people? No one wins in an argument. No one. Okay? So I'm going to pull this card. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I lied. I'm going to pull 3 cards because I have to. All right, look, this card says, this is the snake card. I'm going to see if you guys can see it here really in the picture. These are beautiful cards. I really love them. They were a gift from Luciana. I love you, Luciana. Thank you. So this is the snake card. It says, shed your old skin. That's the most appropriate card we could have at this point in time, because we are all being asked to let go of our previous conceptions of how we thought things were going to go. We're being asked to let go of all of our previous limitations, beliefs, thought patterns, prejudices, honor systems, hierarchies, like whatever you were attached to that you thought it had to be this way for you to get where you got to go. Man, throw that shit out the window. Like, just throw it out the window. That's not the way it's gonna go. What you've got to do is trust in the universe and almost go blindly into the darkness with your hand out on the back of your spirit guide like this, like, you lead me where I gotta go because I don't know where I'm going and it's treacherous out here. But you have the whole picture. You got the whole picture, so I'm gonna trust in you. I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder. I'm gonna trust you, my spirit guide, my connection to source, my intuition, to lead me through. Here we go again. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I ask you to use that scripture if you need to, guys, to activate Archangel Michael or anybody that you think is on your side to do what you need to have the faith to walk through this darkness, because that's what is going on right now. If you're looking at stuff, it's not the truth of what you're looking at. You almost have to close your eyes to what's going on outside and use your inner eye to see the truth and then make the choices. And you got to go get factual choices. Like, you got to go weigh the options, because Gemini is very logical, guys. Gemini is going to go, there's X amount of bodies to X amount of sick people to this Y, Z, and then that's what I should do based on that. Like, you know, you don't want to sit here in like a nebulous thought pattern of maybe I should do this, maybe. No, go find out. Just call the right person. Be like, hey, should I do this? What do you think? Like, this is what's going on with my phone. It's not working. How do I fix it? And then get the solution, and then act on that solution, and then move on. This is not a time for you to just be like, I don't know what to do. See, I'm glad I decided to pick 3 cards. This next card, I love this card. It's so beautiful. This says, White Witch, be the light. So if you're a light worker, and even if you're not, you're being asked to be the light. Like, you need to be the one that is willing to shine enough so that someone can follow you out of this darkness. Like, this is that time now, light workers. It's not time for you to squabble with other light workers about the way that things should be, or that, you know, someone said this or that side is that. Like, that's not what the time is. The time for you as a light worker right now, and if you're on here listening, you're a light worker, it's for you to be the light. Be your own authentic, true light. And come and speak your truth and not be afraid of that. Like, I didn't want to come on here and be like mad miserable with you guys. Like, I was like, this is not going to be like my normal happy sappy, like, hey, I love everybody. Because I love everybody. But realistically, the energy right now is kind of fuck you. You know, and I'm like, that sucks. But it's because you got to pick yourself and be the light right now. And I'm just going to do this last card because this is where we're going in the... Yeah, this is our future of what we're doing right now. And this card is so perfect. God, I've never even picked this card. All right, I'm going to put this up to the camera real good. This is the 3rd card. This is our future. It's the High Priestess. Like, you need to harness your mystical powers in here. In here. That's not out there. These are in here. Everything that you ever needed, all these mystical powers, they're in here in your heart. Remember that your body is in your spirit. Your spirit is not in your body. Your spirit is out here around you in your energy field, and your body is the focal point of it and allows you to interact with this physical reality. But at this point in time, it's your energy that moves you and saves you and spares you of certain situations. And if you've done the work, and even if you think you've done work and there's more work to do, you know, like, because I've done a lot of work, but I've had to do more work recently too. Like, I've had to do a lot of work recently, and I had to take the time to focus on that in an effort to be of service to the rest of you. This weekend, guys, I'm going to be doing tarot card readings, oracle card readings, intuitive guidance sessions, and Reiki sessions to anybody who is feeling lost, afraid, like they're drowning, like they're suffocating. Like, please, if you feel like killing yourself, please reach out. Please, 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 please. It's my pet peeve. I don't like people killing themselves because you're strong enough to overcome your current situation, and you leaving isn't the solution. Okay? But other than that, you know, everybody has their own free will. But if it's a cry for help, please reach out. Please, please, please. Okay? I'm trying to think what else we might need. I feel like we need an activation. I feel like we need an activation. Some crystals that you guys can use right now with this energy. Get you a piece of nice smoky quartz. This is a nice piece of smoky quartz that I have. If you need some calming energy, get a piece of celestite. It's inner calm. It'll help you connect with your spirit guides, guys. You know, amethyst is always good because it's a healing stone. Always amazing to help you cleanse, clear, heal. Archangels that you can talk to, guys. Archangel Zadkiel, he always helps, you know, purify things. Guys, you can call on God. Just call God if that's what you do. Talk to Jesus if that's what you do. Like, I don't care who you talk to. That's not my business. What I care about is that you talk to a being of unconditional love, an energy of unconditional love, in an effort to harness more love in your life and change yourself so that you can be the best possible version of you and get where you gotta go and not get messed up in all of this foolishness. Okay? So, I think we're gonna do a third eye activation. This is definitely a third eye activation. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to put your hand on your forehead. Yes, I did smack myself 3 times. You don't have to do it that hard, but smack yourself 3 times on the forehead and just be like, 1, 2, 3. I'm clearing the veil from my eyes. I'm clearing the veil from my vision. I'm clearing this not knowing. I'm clearing the inability to connect. I'm clearing my confusion. I am clearing all of the things that are bothering me because I need to see clearly where I'm going. Period. I need to see. Okay? Ask for it, guys. Say, I need to see. Dear spirit guides, dear beings of the highest light and order, dear celestial beings, dear all mother, dear all father, dear beautiful goddess Gaia, dear star ancestors, dear Pleiadians, dear Lyrans, dear Syrians, all of my ancestral and intergalactic families, all of my planetary families, all of my light workers and other families. In this moment, right now, those of us, we lift the veil and unite in love. There's no need for there to be a light worker split if we all focus on ourselves and mind our business of being the light, of being the change, of being the truth, of being love. As long as you are love, you will affect change. As long as you embody love, then love will come into the world. The more love you give, the more love you receive. You are opening up for more love. You are stepping into more love, and you are releasing the need to control anyone or anything that is keeping you from love. It is no longer in your benefit to fight or to argue or to be in fear. Fear cannot exist where there is love, and so we are welcoming more love. Always more love. Always more love here. Always more love here. Always more love here. Always more love here. Always more love. And so it is, and so mote it be. And as I keep gathering love and sending love to you, we can all transmute this fear energy. I ask you to please protect and love everyone who is in attunement and in vibrational alignment with this prayer. And I ask all of you to please be cautious this weekend and stay indoors for the lunar eclipse. I wouldn't look at it. Put your crystals inside. Okay? So, mote it be. With that being said, guys, I am Kimra Minuti. I'm your spiritual alchemist, Reiki healer, tarot, oracle deck reader. I love you guys very much. This is going to be a really interesting weekend. If you're going to travel, take all types of precautions. Like, I mean, make sure you have an extra gas tank. Make sure you have extra chargers for your phone. Make sure you have a cooler with snacks and food. Make sure you have a spare tire. Make sure someone knows where you're going and your route on which you're going in case you lose service. Remember, we're in Mercury retrograde, guys, so travel is not really that great in Mercury retrograde. It usually has to do with a lot of delays and breakdowns in communication and travel. So if you're going to take that risk this weekend and do that, you know, just be extra prepared, pray, ask for backup, and I will see you guys on the other side of this eclipse. All right, have a blessed day. Love you.